Hey, how's it going? So I just wanted to show you a quick way for how you can use your meal plan and the meal plan template to kind of design how you should be eating and planning your weeks. So if you go into your account and you click on your meal plan, obviously you'd be doing this most likely on the app. You'll notice that there is like a meal plan template. It has some advice about eating, making sure that you have some lean protein in every meal. And then in here, there is one that you can fill in. But rather than filling this in, what you should do is after you read through at least down to page 17, you can go and you'll notice that there's substitutes for each category, right? So fiber substitutes, carbohydrates, fats, as well as protein, right? And then you say, okay, I want to make sure I'm getting 30 to 40 grams of protein per meal. So then you start building out each meal. So you're like, okay, what am I going to eat for breakfast? So for breakfast, this individual, we have a couple eggs, a little bit of egg whites, an apple, and a smart tortilla. So we hit our 30 grams of protein for that meal. And then here we had chicken breast, some cabbage and an avocado. We hit our 30 grams of protein. We did again for dinner. And then in our snacks, we almost got our goal. So when you build it out through here, it's really easy for you to stick to your meal plan because you're kind of designing it. So I'll show you what it looks like to do it from scratch. So this is a brand new day. You add your food. You're like, hey, I'm pretty much going to eat the same thing for breakfast every day. You can either type in something here, say eggs. You do egg whites. And then you pick the type of egg whites that the amount that you're going to use. You obviously have to have a scale or something to measure this out. So you can be like, okay, Kirkland egg whites, I know how much it is per serving. This is 3 teaspoons, but I want to measure it in a cup or whatever. And then you can look at the nutrition info, and it's going to tell you, hey, this is how much protein is in 1 cup of egg whites. So it's 27 grams. Okay, so you can do that, and then you just add it to your food diary. And then you're like, okay, that's almost my 30 grams of protein. Then you're like, okay, what else do I want to have? I want to maybe have a good source of fats. And then I could go and say, let me do an avocado. Okay. And then you choose the size of the avocado. Obviously, you can weigh it out so that way your measurement's perfect. And then you look at the nutrition info and you're like, okay, it's a little bit of protein, but it's mostly fats and carbs. So, okay, perfect. So then you come back out of here, you add it to your food diary, and just like that, you've now had your 30 grams of protein, a little bit of fats, and you can say, hey, I have some room for carbs because on my plan it says I can have this amount of carbs. So you go into your plan and you can see that if your breakdown is 100, you want to eat 180 grams of carbs or less. You want to make sure you're getting at least 35% of your calories from protein. Sorry, I misspoke. So 179 grams of protein is what's seen here, and it says 159 grams of carbs. All right, so you know that, okay, that means I can essentially have about 50 grams of carbs per meal if I'm not counting my snacks. So you go in there and you kind of just build out your plan, and then eventually it'll look like this. Right, so that way you can start planning your meals ahead of time, and then you can vary certain things. So if you don't want to eat chicken every day, then you just change the chicken to shrimp or something. But any sort of meat that's about 6 ounces is going to have similar amounts of protein in it, right? So you just kind of can substitute the protein sources. And the same thing if you're vegetarian or vegan, you can do the same thing. Substitute lentils for something like tofu or chickpeas, right? So you could just be creative and come up with new ways to design your meal. So do this and then share it with me. Share with me some of the ideas that you came up with for your meals. All right, thanks.